Hi everybody, it's Mary Jo from Mary Jo's Creations. Um, Sorry my hair's up, it was getting all over the place. But I just want to say hi and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you. If you haven't, and this is your first time, yarn everywhere, your first time watching my videos, um, welcome and thank you, and I hope you stick around. Um, I'm not gonna talk a lot right now. Um, but I just wanted to, welcome y'all. I'm going to be continuing to make this Hexie, where we left off. And, you can just watch me crochet for a little bit. So let's see how this purple's going to look all the way around, and if we want to keep it or if we want to change a different color. Like I said in my last video, I'm going to be trying to do something a little bit different than my other videos, because I just thought it would be that maybe some of y'all would like to see like my thought process, and I never really shared that before. I always do that behind the scenes, and make sure that when I start filming, I already have at least some sort of idea. But sometimes the process takes me a while, because it's more of like what I feel. Because again, this to me is like wearable art, and I personally, especially when it comes to making things for myself, like to just let the yarn take me where it goes, let it speak to me. Whatever colors go together. It's, for me, especially when it comes to like wearables, when it's not variegated yarn is easy, because, I pick the colors, or even if I make something in solid colors, like I just finished the poncho last week, and it was all done in brown. This beautiful yarn that I got, I believe it's called Skin Tones, and it was a beautiful chocolate brown yarn, and brown is one of my favorite colors to wear. I'm very earth tony, with the exception of purple, because that is, purple and black are my two favorite colors. If you've watched any of my videos, you will notice that almost all my shirts are black. I'm not a, and like, that's a good opportunity for me to say, I'm not always in the same shirt. I just have a lot of tank tops and shirts that are brown and dark gray, because those are the two colors that I like to wear the most. Dark gray, like a charcoal gray, and black. So, I just wear a lot of that. But like accent pieces, I'm always more of an earth tony kind of person, with the exception of purple. And so, I if I'm using like a solid color like I did with that, or a variegated yarn where, I mix like just white, like the first poncho I made, which was like a variegated blue and gray yarn, and I used white to break it up. And those are easy. You know what I'm saying? Because I think of like the most difficult thing for that is really like either the pattern that I want to use, like the combination of stitches, because the first poncho that I made was, my own pattern, but I used a combination of a V-stitch and a granny stitch. So, like, those don't take really much thinking for me because I know the yarn I want to use, and the variegated is really just breaking it up and stuff like that. So, but when I'm using different colors of yarn, like the ones I have here, it really, and I do this a lot for myself. And now I thought I would share it with you. But when it comes to having like a bunch of different color yarns, I just put out the colors that speak to me that I want to put together. And then I really don't have a plan. When I decide to do something like I'm doing now, it's pretty much, the plan is get the colors of yarn that I want to use, which I'll show you right now. This is what I have out right now. Okay, so these are the colors that I have. It's that orange, that nice bright orange here. And I have this green, which looks a lot brighter on camera. And I have this green, which looks a little bit lighter on camera too. But I have this green. I have this variegated purple. This clay color, which also looks a lot brighter on camera. And this dark green, which I don't know if I'm going to use because, like, I'm not sure just yet. To me, this green, like, screams Christmas. But I wanted, like, and I also do have this one out here. But I don't know if I'm going to use this either. But this is like how I... Words have escaped me. Awkward silence because I can't get my thoughts together. This is pretty much how I process. I pick the colors that I kind of want to put together, the colors that I have that I want to use, and I just lay them out in front of me, which, my desk is so cluttered right now. It's, not the smartest plan in the world, but it is what it is. So I lay out the colors in front of me. And then it's pretty much like trial and error, like what I feel. If, like, hold on one second. Okay. Like, I have them all out in front of me, and I let the colors speak to me. And I know some people might think I'm a little crazy. And some people might not agree or like what I do and think that it's like, I wouldn't say wrong, but, I know some people would not agree with my methods. But I am not traditional. And as far as crocheting, I'm pretty much self-taught. I've watched YouTube videos on just like how to make certain stitches. Like I learned how to make the simple stitches, and I believe I've said this in previous videos. But I am completely self-taught. I pretty much just learned the basics by watching videos of stitches, and like how to do a single and a double and a half double, and then the V-stitch, and then, the granny stitch, and a bunch of different other stitches that I've learned to make and how to make them. And then, I just applied my own way of doing it, because watching tutorials, they confuse me. And so, like, I don't do things traditionally like most artists do. I don't follow patterns because they're very confusing. And so, like I said, I taught myself how to do those stitches and what works for me when it comes to, you know, when you get to the end of the row, how to chain and, you know, how much to chain and turn and how to do the next stitch. I pretty much learned the way that I like to do it, because every time I tried to do it the way that they showed you, it never worked out for me and it never looked good for me. So even my granny squares, I don't do them like everybody else. I don't slip stitch my way across. I turn my work. I turn my work almost all the time, unless I'm doing something and, you know, like where it's continuous, which is very rare. Like maybe if I'm doing a bag in half doubles and I'm just going all the way around, then I won't turn my work. But for the most part, I turn my work in everything that I do. And I know that a lot of people don't do that. And like when you have to start, when you're doing like, let's say a panel for a sweater, and you're in, you know, how they do the panels with half double crochets. I never start off with a half double crochet or a double crochet. Never. I do my chain, and you know how sometimes like I've seen tutorials where, you know, they count into the chain in order to make that first double crochet. I believe it's like you do the amount of chains, number of chains that you need, and then you add an extra 3, and then you skip 3 chain spaces and go into the third one, or 2 chain spaces and go. That just confuses the life out of me. So I never do that. I always start off anything I do, if it's in a panel, with sorry, give me 1 second, please. I always start off, there we go. I always start off my panels, regardless of what stitch I'm going to use, and regardless of whether I'm doing a blanket or a sweater or anything like that. I don't know what I'm doing. That's always wonderful. Here we go. Give me 1 second to do this stacked single crochet, because I always okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, like whenever I'm doing a blanket or something like that, and I'm doing it, or a scarf or anything like that, I always like to do the chain and then a row of single crochet all the way back down the chain, and then start whatever I'm going to do, whether it's going to be double crochets, half double crochets, V-stitch, granny stitch. It doesn't matter. I always do my chain and then a row of single crochet. And that's just how I like to do it. It just makes my work feel a little more secure. That chain is rather flimsy, and I don't like going directly into a a double crochet or a half double crochet. Well, maybe half doubles, but definitely not a double crochet into a chain. I don't like that. and that's just my personal preference. And I know most people will think I'm crazy, and that's okay. I don't care. I take pride in my work, and I want to make something that's going to be sturdy and durable, and something that's not going to, that I feel is going to fall apart. So that's why I like doing it that way, because that's just how I feel comfortable doing it. And so, you know, I don't do things like most crocheters. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start a vlog, is because I know there's quite a few out there that are like me, and I just want you to know that it's okay. And you don't have to do everything like everybody else. And I think I'm going to end the purple here. And I know this right here might horrify some people, because I just started this new round and I cut the yarn right wherever I cut it. And that's where it's going to go. And now I'm going to see which color I want to tie on. And whether it's going to be green or orange. And then what shade of green if it's green. And that's what I am going to figure out right now as I do this. And that's why I thought it would be fun to do like little videos like this, you know?
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time.
All right. I don't want to tie it on too close. So, let me see.
I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time,
and yes, I do like to stretch out my work as I go. It's coming up really bright on the camera, because it's really not as bright as it looks on the camera. It really isn't. This is what it's looking like so far. And I think I like it. But see, it's like I said, it's really coming up bright, and it's, in real life, it's really not that bright. Now, I could just do the rest again, but I kind of don't want to do that. So, we're going to see what it looks like with some orange. And then if I don't like it, guess what? Okay. But I think I'm feeling some orange. Orange, whatever. And we're gonna... I could have done like a solid purple instead of using this variegated purple, because this one is a little bit thinner. The variegated, for some reason, the variegated yarn, is it variegated or is it, I mean, what is it considered? I don't even know. What would you call this? Like variegated yarn? It is a tad bit thinner than the solid color. Not by much, but enough. And I normally don't like to mix a thinner yarn with a thicker yarn, but this is all big twist. So that's okay. All right, that knot isn't going anywhere. And let's see how this goes.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, hope to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy, how to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Flashing red lights, driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? I'm in a race that everybody's chasing fast. They wanna be that someone on the screen at last. They ain't looking inside for their needs in life. They wanna be liked by everybody in sight. But trust me, being free ain't spotlights. No, it's long nights and it's long fights with yourself all the time to get your mind right. But if you put in the work, you can find the light, alright? I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.
I know these colors
move
probably
on
look
each and
very
every
crazy right now.
day. The past is where it stays, way
Especially
back a
since
year
they
ago.
look, for some reason, so
I've
much
changed
brighter
for
on
the
camera.
better this time.
But just
I
bear
thought
with me,
I would
okay?
never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all growing life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago. Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it, and I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
You can tell when I've been crocheting for over half an hour, my hands start to lose. Start to not work very well. I'm just glad I'm fast. Because if I was slow with my problem, it would take me forever to get things done. Now, I know this might not look right, but I guarantee you it's going to come together. Let me know what you think. Okay. So I'm about 2 hours in, maybe less, maybe an hour and a half. And that's what I have so far. Now, it's coming off really bright on screen. Although the orange is bright, it doesn't look as bright as it does on screen to me when I'm looking at it, but I don't know. I could be crazy. And I'm going to figure out what color I'm going to add next, and I'm going to cut my orange right there because I'm a maverick. And I believe that green is the winner. And you'll have to keep watching to find out what happens and if this crazy disaster of a mess ends up coming out looking good. Okay, so I finished with orange, right? Here's the orange. I'm going to cut this a little bit, just a little bit. Let's try that again. I cut the yarn just a little bit because it was really frayed and it was getting on my nerves. So I just finished the orange part, right? And I know that some of you might be screaming at me going, oh my God, what are you doing? But trust me, trust me, trust me, and trust the process. There is a method to my madness. Now, I tied on, I finished with the orange, and I left a long tail because we're still going to keep going, but I did cut it off. So there's at least, on part of it, there's one solid row, which we're going to go over that now. And there are 2 rows on some of it. So trust me. I know this might seem crazy to most of you, and you're like, what the hell is she doing? Like, what the fuck? But no, seriously, there is a method to my madness and my process. And normally, like, I paint too, and sometimes, like, if you see it in the middle of my painting, you know, because I usually tend to paint in layers. So I'll do a base layer and then another layer and then another layer, and I always let them dry. And if you come in the middle of me doing a painting, you'd be like, what in the hell are you doing? And you won't see it until the painting is finished. It's pretty much the same thing when it comes to cardigans for me. Or any crochet project really, but cardigans are really like cardigans and I mean, I haven't made too many sweaters, but even some hats that I do that are striped, you know, you'd be like, what the hell are you thinking until you see it finished. And we're just going to see. We're going to see where this goes. I honestly have no idea where the orange is going to stop. Because, if you noticed, I just pulled a big chunk of yarn out, and here we go. This is where it's going to stop. All right. We're going into the green now. So I'm going to show you something in just a second. I want around this corner, because I always have to pay attention to the corners, because I do sometimes, like, if I'm not paying attention, I will, like, only put 2 double crochets in each corner, and it's like, then I have to go back, or sometimes I had 4, so I just have to make sure. Now, I'm going to finish this round. Which started on the orange, remember? And it's going to finish on the green. And I want to get to that point, which should be close. I have no idea. Oh, no, I guess not. All right. But we shall see.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where
Now I'm going to show you something in just a few minutes. I want to get to the end of this round so that way, like, you can see the whole round when I fold it. Because, again, there is a method to my madness, and I have a reason for why I do things, even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it. Even to me sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but it's like somehow I know it just comes out that way, like, and it works. So my next color is going to be the purple though. And I believe I'm going to do 18 rounds, so I have to count the rounds as soon as I'm done with this round to see how many rounds I have done and how many I have left to go. And this round is where I might be taking a break. That's 4. See, I have to pay attention because if not, I put 4 clusters. Yeah, I'm going to finish this round and then I am going to have to take a break. Because although you don't know, but it has been about an hour since I've been crocheting, maybe an hour and a half, close to an hour and a half. And my hands don't want to are starting not to cooperate. And my pain's starting to come back, so. But I am going to tough it out to this last piece here. Here we go. I'm almost at this corner, and then I have one more corner to go. So I have one more solid row left. This row is almost finished, and we're going to do a corner. And then I have an entire row left, and then the half of the row where I started. And I'm not done with the green by any means. This green is still going to go around at least one more time. The only really dominant color in this is that I maybe shouldn't have done so many rows in this brick color. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4. And the rest I only really did 2. But that's okay because that's the part like right where your armpit is. And I do like that to have like a little bit more because they're so small, you know. But you'll see what I mean. And this one might run a little bit longer, but I also have to see how many rounds I have, how many rounds I have left, and kind of like how I want the colors to go. Because at this moment, like I said earlier, I really don't know. And that's okay. Okay, this should be my last corner. Let me turn my chair this way because I don't want to move the camera. I'm getting dizzy too. Okay, this is what it's looking like so far. And now I know it's like not the same shades. And again, this orange is really coming off like bright on the screen. And it's really not that, you see how like it's really not that bright. Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. But you see how I have like the orange. This is like a burnt orange or a clay. Dude, I don't know anymore. Cinnamon. Okay, you see how like that's like a dark orange. And then you have the dark green, and then you have the purple, which maybe should have been like 2 rows of purple, but you got the purple. And then you got the orange again, which is a bright orange, and then a bright green. And so I'm going to do another, at least 1 round of green, which might be 2. I'm not sure. But then I'm going to go back into the purple. So even though it's like different shades, it's all in the same family. I don't know how good it's going to look. We'll see once the first panel is done, and then we'll see what happens. But we'll figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Hey guys. I'm on round 10. And I know this looks kind of like weird, but this is what we got so far. This is going to be my Halloween, one of my Halloween cardigans. And I normally don't like to share my progress, especially when it's like one of these projects where, you know, I'm not too sure of the colors. I'm just going as they go and seeing how it looks. But I thought I'd get out of my comfort zone and share with you like my process, my thought process and stuff. So like, I don't know why. Maybe it's the lighting. I put brand new light bulbs in here and it's bright. So maybe it's the lighting because this orange really doesn't seem as bright as it is on the screen. But this is what it's looking like so far. And again, you're not going to get the full picture or like really see until you see it all worked up and all the colors together. Now I'm on round 10 and I have 8 more rounds to go. And one of those is going to be this green that's going to continue for at least 1 more round. And then I am going to go back into the purple. So that's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14. Hey guys, I'm filming this outro because I thought I had filmed one and I didn't. And then I had the video almost all ready to go and realized when I got to the end that there was no outro. So I know the angle is a little off because I just broke my tripod. And so, yeah, I'm sorry if the angle looks a little funky, but thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. There is more to come. The cardigan is almost done. And I do have a little bit more footage. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please hit that like button. And if you like watching me, then, you know, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell so it tells you when my videos come on. And I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.